Afei, bonsem erade. Hallelujah. Obetimi abon sama ma Yesu. Hallelujah. Ahofe wana baya na menam frɛ. Menam frɛ. Ukunu wai.
Where's your husband, madam?
Huh? Oh, them.
Is your husband in this auditorium?
Unia. Oh, husband, Emma. Ha. Ana. Ukunu asorbe na oko. Oko asorwe. Ni kunu ba asorwa ha. Aha. Abi ukunu oma asorwa ha. Ebia o mom de oba asorwa ha ba ukunu oma asorwa ha. Because mi nhunu wa ha. Me pesa me kan sem bi kira o na awase ukunu ete.
I want to say something to you. I want to say something to you, and it is necessary your husband hears what I'm about to say to you.
Oh, that transit. Obetima transit. I want fair transit. In fact, oh husband, oh ya santini, bono, oh se nu kunu ya bono ni. Me ba show, obetimi afro ukunu se mi hiano. Unim ni kunu pa. Transe. Osu ukunu ya bono ni transe. Ana wo ye den ni wo ye nkran ni ana wo kunu ya bunu ni ukunu ne maame a wo afra asase so many years. Are you
aware that your husband's mother is dead? She said yes. Afi now, it is this year that is the time for them to replace her with somebody on her throne.
Enunti oma prepare nipa na wie sunsum adene betena ukunu maame na konya na oteso so.
Because of that, they have prepared that person spiritually and made the person eligible to sit on the throne which your husband's mother used to occupy spiritually.
Enti ɛyɛ nneɛma mmienu.
So there are two things.
Ɛwɔ sɛ emogya bi efiri ukunu side na wɔde bɔ saa nipa no atena aseɛ na wɔde ne tena ukunu maame akonnwa so na ukunu maame sunsum a wɔgyaeɛ wɔde ɛbɔ nipa no so atena aseɛ.
For this reason, it is required that some blood must be offered to establish the person who is going to occupy the throne of your husband's mother. I am explaining it for clarity. Now, when your husband's mother died, she left behind a spirit and a throne.
Na afi ena ose omude obi tena ukunu maami akonya na na oteso no so na omude sunsum na ukunu maami jaaye no edema obi na omanya nipa no.
Now this year is the set time for somebody to replace your husband's mother on the throne, and that person will also receive the spirit which she left behind, and they have found the eligible person for the throne and for the spirit. For this reason, it is required that something or someone from your husband's loins must be offered as a sacrifice to establish the new person they have found for that throne.
Na afe sunsuma ukunu maami jaaye enso so omo de bo sa enipa no atenase omo de sunsum no mani wi a ebehia obi firi ukunu sisim na omo de abo sunsum na atenase e wo sa enipa no.
And so when now that you have found the person, they will need a sacrifice to establish the spirit in the person they have found.
Me busa bibi so nima emanen hawo atiana. Se wate daso a ka kire me wonte daso a emanen hawo.
I'm going to ask you something. Don't be worried if you don't know the answer. If you know it, confirm it. If you don't know it, do not be worried.
Krobi your friend Praso.
There is a place called Praso.
Kumawu Praso. What is said in that? I have what is said in that. When the boss said in the mountain, say, Ukunu the boy now.
She said her husband has once mentioned Kumewu Praso. What did he say about Kumewu Praso?
No more quay year or he.
She said that her husband was going for a funeral at Kumewu Praso.
Kumewu Praso enya ebono ene wo. Kumewu ewa santimam.
Now, Kumewu is not within the Bunu area.
It may be say be a wukunu ne side be a bono and on the side being so.
So it may be possible that one side of his family may be people from the Bunu area, and the other side will be people from the Ashanti region.
Kumewu kronkro why na ebetimi abomienu akire me Kumewu nkronkro no omo Kumewu de Kumewu bodomase otwa bonsem opani Kumewu bodomase ene wo Kumewu raso aya raso good na je say aya Kumewu raso raso. Raso. Any Kumewu Bodomase. Not just say, Yeni Abai, ne husband, Ninchibi, every Kumawu, Ebia would name, but I no credit.
Now, it means that some part of your husband's family is from Kumewu. It may be that he is not aware.
Not just say, Kumawu diani ya uraso, ana kwawu diano, ana ya praso. Wonderful. I believe that sister Dabre Kumawu hona efrio. Bonse mano. Not just say onim kroni ye. Not just say yawo kwawu praso, and yawo Kumawu raso. And yawo he chifu praso. Asantifo enkrodin ano den. Hallelujah. And your husband, I can't wateda. So Kokumawu a year a sunda.
So she's confirmed that her husband has mentioned Kumewu to her hearing before.
And yaba Rasu Honono Mammy or two he, ne husband, ne crowfobi, and an inchibi free ho. Na ewo Kumawu hono. Ena konya kesiye bi esi. Say, Oma prepare obi, ade ne ba betena konya no so. No mu pe, ukunu emoja bi, ena de abosa nipa na tenase. Enti, enye se na oba ha no mo a, anka wo no ukunu moba ebewu. Afi wei, anka akwada ne bewu na ebe ye obi anwanwa.
Now it is at Kumewu that I saw a throne which is ready for somebody to occupy. And before they install that new person onto the throne, they require somebody from the loins of your husband as a sacrifice to establish that new person they have found. For that reason, it would have happened in this year that one of the children you have with your husband would have died.
Very serious.
This is very serious.
Not just say, Rasofo. O mashiam aya meeting. Anyo bi. Betena ukuru mami akonya kesi yaso. Asa so. Edi ukuru mami sunsum awo wujaye. Emma sanipa.
It means that the people of Raso have found somebody eligible to occupy the stool or the throne which your husband's mother used to occupy before her death, and also the spirit she left behind, that person would receive the spirit too.
But also,
but heaven has intervened. This is what I saw.
Mihu Ahonhumbia o machichire uni ukunu eba.
I saw certain spirits who had held a child you have with your husband bound. And they had put that child into a casket and they were getting ready to cover the casket. Then I saw heaven open. And I saw some angels who had grouped themselves. And a voice spoke to the angels that select one amongst you who would bring deliverance to them. So I saw one of the angels that descended. Now the angel descended and went to the place where spiritually the child had been put into the casket. Now I saw that the angel carried the child from the casket. And I saw that the angel brought that child into the midst of light. And the Lord said to me that he has ministered deliverance to that child. Amen. Amen. That child would have died in this year, but the Lord said he has delivered him from death. So, so today rejoice. Rejoice so much. rejoice greatly
Anka ubesie wo ba.
because you would have buried
Afi.
your son
Nenso Awurade abambi.
in this year.
Mo
But the
aninche.
Lord has intervened.
Oh. Off and on, off and on. Akwana ni be collapse in consori bi. Omde ni be through hospital. Na we fra asase so.
So his condition will be on and off, on and off. He will be admitted to a hospital and he will not come back home alive.
But me here husband, me here ukunu sesia.
But I need your husband now.
Entu kokotena se afre ukunu sa me here no
So when
sesia.
you go back to your seat, tell your husband I need him to be
My
here
husband
now.
adi nani akire baby. Baby odi nani akire no. Eha adwen. Ama ukunu banbo efri ni so.
Your husband has turned his direction to a place and it's very troubling. Where he's headed is very troubling. The protection of God on him has withdrawn.
When you ukunu bano. Erade e deliver abofra no.
The Lord
Na
has
sese
delivered
ukunu
your son.
odi nani akire baby.
But now your husband is headed.
Osi ni nyume bi bloko. Enieme bi nko yesani awosa eko wabra che to odi nani akire baby. Na ho ye musuo.
He said that some of his things are not working as they ought to. And because of that, he has turned his direction to a place. But where he's going is not a good place. He must be careful that he does not hang his life. He is taking his steps into death.
Anajia ena hu saade no yi we no ekowe so baby a okunu de nani akire esoso eba we so nia na oda coffee num no enye we na mehu abrantie bi oye pani chen we ono ena mehu so onyame sunsun apanya na fifuna da kam.
Amen. Now the
where there ukunu di nani akire baabi na eho aseda aforeboni.
Now the person I saw that the angel carried.
Afena nko obeka billions no. That's one can ba we beto ansa no aka billions. Ansa no aka millions of dollars, thousands of dollars. Odinani akire baabi emoa ma onkodwani ekuo bi. Onyini hu mfrim. Me here o husband. Na meeting akoso ewo kumawu bodomase ana mofre o say bodomase ena raso meeting akoso wo ho now ahofa won so tie me asma me kan say unnim a manyi ho achinyi.
Madam, what I'm about to say, you don't despise it.
Bijitum say unnim.
Don't doubt it. If you don't know it, don't doubt it.
Obi apie firi nsuo bim adane ne ho te se nipa.
Now somebody came out from the midst of some water, let's say a river or something, and came or assumed the form of a human being.
Apie firi nsuo num no ene Awurade etu mani kosi ho.
At the time that entity was coming out from the midst of the water, the Lord took my eyes to the place where the person was coming out, and so I saw that entity.
Na in fact, we nsume bia owo weja abusuam.
Now that entity is a spirit in your father's family.
Na ohia sacrifice.
And it's making a demand for sacrifice.
Na sunsum no wapie a okuta nipa wede eso onye nipa.
That spirit has appeared with a human body, but that spirit is not human.
opie free ensu kɛseɛ bi mɛte sɛ ɛpo ɛwɔ mankasim.
That spirit appeared from the midst of the sea in a place around Mankesim.
In fact, ɔhyɛ fitaa but ɛyɛ nsasini ɛna ahwenneɛ ɛne sedeɛ bobɔ ne nsa.
Now that spirit was dressed in a white apparel, in a short sleeves, and there were beads and talisman all around his waist.
Sɛ ɔwɔ ani a wohu ne sɛ efiri ne sisi ɛkɔ no fam ɔte sɛ wɔwɔ ɛna efiri ne sisi ba ne soro ɔte sɛ nipa. But sɛ ɔni ani di a ɛni ɔbɛhu ne sɛ ɔyɛ nipa te sɛ bɛrima a ɔba.
Now, if you have got spiritual eyes, you will see that person in this way. From his waist downward has a serpentine form, and from his waist upward has a human form. But if you do not have spiritual eyes, you will see that person as a man.
Na mi hui sɛ obusa obi biribi.
Then
Papa biribi.
I saw that spirit asked your father a question.
Obusa papa sɛ, one carpenter ni nana, carpenter ni nana.
He asked
carpenter.
He asked your father, "Are you the carpenter?
Ona obo dance no.
Are you the carpenter?"
Me pese me ma ska na wo yefunu adaka ma me.
Now he said to your father, "I want to give you money so that you make a coffin for me."
O papa so no onye funu adaka.
Your father answered and said that I do not make coffins.
O say se untumi nya de ani epe obi obetumi aye. Na me ma oska na fa mani pa no onye.
The person said to your father that if you cannot make the coffin, please find somebody who is able to make a coffin and take this money, give to the person, and let the person make a coffin for me.
Na sika okaye so de ma papa ne mu odu pa.
Now the amount of money he mentioned that he was going to give to your father was hefty.
O papa hu bedwiri no.
Was a hefty amount.
Your
father will be surprised, and so he will be enticed.
Enti obesom.
And so he will take the money.
Na say ne besi.
And this is what will happen. After they have finished making the coffin, this is what would have happened.
O papa ebo bi dance. And also electric wire be more free say. Power nim. Na me hu say a shocking no. Na oshe na owi.
I saw that your father was making the ceiling over somebody's house, and he held some wire that he thought had no power. He thought that it was not a live wire, but when he touched it, he was electrocuted and he died. Now, after that, it was time for you to deliver. You did not come home, neither did the baby also come home. Now I saw that spirit in your father's family that came out from the midst of the sea said that I am now comfortable, I am now satisfied. Because the family had despised it. And so it demanded these lives for itself to appease itself. But
and a home way air planner ever a poisse and a rather say onye di or do ebeba.
But God, whose abode is in heaven, sat in heaven and saw these spirits plotting and said that I will not be quiet about this.
And can crawl for Ebesundaye, I catch your say, Omusundaye, now can crawl for now
people would have had dreams and would have told you that they saw in their dreams that you were going to deliver your baby and you died.
Now angels no group.
Now I saw again that group of angels. And I heard a voice that spoke to one of the angels. The same angel that came with deliverance to this lady. It is that same angel that came. I saw that once again the angel descended on the face of the earth and snatched your father from Hades, from the land of the dead, and brought him to the land of the living. And I saw that the angel also snatched you and the baby in your womb from the midst of darkness and brought both of you to light.
Now angel the lightning strike susuna ofri epumupie.
And I saw that the angel struck that demon that came from the midst of the sea in the form of a human being with lightning. The Lord told me that he has ministered deliverance unto her and the baby in her womb. Is your father alive or dead? She said her father is alive. How old is your pregnancy?
5 months.
5 months.
He said about 5 months.
Oh, Papa, do
you hear from your father? She said yes, but it's been quite some time they communicated.
Infante. Mame Oro.
Surube kasa, minyami be kasa, insembe prepare, yana minemuyo.
Ose o papa eden. Carpenter. Obodanso eye nkonya. Na o papa onye funadaka. Onye funadaka. Ose o papa we Mankesim. I want to just papa or Mankesim. Mankesim na mesimi hu so bia pia free apomuno. Ba so bia nso ho dae emfa onyinsan ho.
Has anyone had a
dream
about your pregnancy?
Na se onyinsan na se obi be so dae ase na akọwawu bra. Wadamfo ne yenua ba ya waso no dae bia asore bra. Odifo ba. Oso dae na ere. Osofo microphone. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, yentie be man.
Bajo, you go down the Bempah.
O kasa na mentio.
You go down the Bempah in your brain.
Omo koda na mo bompa ya nwumre. Okay. Paibona abreki ominim.
Papa me wana, you say my wife kwa wo so na wan say amba akoda ne so amba.
Oh, one ne bompa wie ya.
Bajo, ade chi ye no.
Mo da no. Mo so dae. Na o wife akwa wo so na akwala na mo no so amba. Kenye se ne o wife for them hanom. Ene ahumobra efuru sore sane ya. Ade ohu ye ne saa ne besi. Ahonfe anka wo kwa wa ubehu ama akwala no so awu. Enti wa ye lucky pa se na oba ha. Wa man kenye. Afei madam fo so madam fo.
2 weeks to 1 month ago. And I'm so die. Now we.
Also there na wawu.
And I say lady we onya madam. Ni kunu so onya madam. Afei the consequence expert was me so die bia na me hu ni kunu se me ni be kasa. But me ya me say o na so onya madam na mo forget.
No forget it. Na che say nyame yi ya kire o. Enu atena obi nkom hye so because susuro dampare. Okay. Fasum je kwatena say Mia madam fo. Bema odi ontimi ngotena se twen. Odi fo ba so dampare se mo nhye owo nkom se wo hye. Wo so
Adi mpacho meson dae enano pe ya. Na ye ba sorry nti ohun mi an odi mrika e ba e na oka kyerem se yabo amna mienu. E ye one ne ba no edia na me say na eba ne san na wo asori we mu na obitimi bo abona mienu ema wo ne oba na saa de we de me nya sure say ebeye adwuma.
Wonderful.
Enti da yin man am ya me ka hwere no e wo da yin say ene ye ba asori a papa ebe frɛ no ba anopa no time am ba e na ni kunu embae oba e na intercessors ya started worship that
20 me an kan kyerɛ no ye nua ba so ohu ade a esi pepepepe sa pepepepe. Hallelujah. Bama enemu ani nchi na anka ahofɛ unim sɛ bosom wɔ wabusuam ana wonte da.
Are you aware that there is an idol in your family? She said no.
We are small children. Wonte da. Not just your papa ɛyɛ adwuma bɛn carpenter or papa yɛ carpenter ni sɛdeɛ enkomhyɛ ne baayɛ na kyɛ sɛ ɔbɔ dan so sɔfoɔ ampa ɔno ɔbɔ dan so na ɔbɔ dan so papa brɛ yadeɛ ne firi wano o wife sɛ oba asɔrɔ ha nam sɛ dabi o ma asɔrɔ ha wonyɛ church member oba aha dako bɛsra asɔre ɛno koraa no ɛda wo ni hwee no no afa ha kakra abɛhwɛ ha afa
Asuru bekasa minyami bekasa sembe
ukunu obaso acha so onye bi yeni o usu se ukunu bi yeni ose ofiri kumawu bondomase na je se sister nim ba bia ne kunu firi bonsam na no oni ba bia ne kunu firi okay ne maame na firi bia ne papa na firi bia ebi o papa firi bia o papa bom na firi bia ba ne maame firi bia o so ndie de men kom sha ne banyina onim se we de agati aden de bia na de na wo ne nam kuma wu ho ahwan ene na bre angels na ayira kwan no o ma ayira kwan me pa so ye pon a me hia ekuo bi a odon ho kohyem erade se men kan tro se jai ante sa odon ho hyekuo no otena konya no so a wo ba we bewu dan na so ye na bebem electric ena ebe shock ne kuno otena so a be 1 week pepepe wo ba we bewu enti ekuo bi group bi omo au pani set na konya bi so ekuo bi a wo join ne me pa cho stop menye ante sa oye ya oba we bewu se wo ba pani no wo maame akonya na ofiri so no mu do obi transform the radio deliver no but ekuo bi nkomhye ne ba sei e ba se ordinary a kire baabi otutu na namon komusuom na eyekuo bi na ode ne ho akohyem na saako no ode ne ho akohyem na osofo akonya bia omode ne tena so omode ne tena akonya no so ane bai obewu dan na so ye ne kebesi sa pepepe enti opani me pa chaw ekuo bia odo ho akohyem na yabema mpaninie reject it. Nigeria for friend igbe asante for friend chief ai nana ba ko pe nana one na enkanfo no kredi be no mo de fresa ade ade manche ni manche ba ko pe na che se area hofo di nyina wo de ba yo manche ya yo manche ya do tena konya no so krofo be jubilate omo benom Guinness benom omo benom bia benom wine benom openi so de owo special wine. Enti kone na fufu betwitwa bi na nkoma wenam kama mpusio. Kama mi bepupu mpusio. Omu to odwan no makuno. Na omu edi aye mpusio. Na Guinness baha red wine baha na fufu ahia na de nana tena konwa so papa pe na ebo papa pe na chese wawura kuo num yie na woche pepepe ne bay ene Awurade se me mono kokko na me nka nkyere ne se ekuo biara bibibia wode ne nan ekowuram ede musuo ba ne so na nokura ni se owuramu ewie a yedie beba pa because namfo no betu anamon bi ehon na di sika ne beba no yedie die nka bi beba pa on kan chen ka be kan billions anka be di thousands of dollars anka be di pa nenso anka wonche obayi wo nyina echi wo kra wonche watra so acha amfie mienu ka so be fra asase so entino Awurade se men kan kire se jai yan kan kire se Papa jai. Kachano Papa jai. Amen. O asem bi ka fa ho ana because asa wuntimi ntrase e dey asema. Mano microphone. Because asa odwan no ana yama ba ma na nka na wo beka. Okay, umom ka na kire mu. Obeka kire wo say
Yebefa ni ohene ewo.
Yebefa no ohene ewo yi
Area. Free me na me nka.
Ana wasi yebefa no ohene ewo area ho nyina na anka obeka koto odwan no
so kombe tom no mo ye party
kombe ye party kese ana so mu nim free. Hallelujah. Sa openi no nim unim say sa position say no wa udi huni wa wani monyam wa odo nipa wa obo nipa ene etade sa position say ma me fan say bi odoko ne ayo e bia emrante hene e bia dansoman emrante hene na say bia asantefo hene anase bia o se nkoso hene na chese wo se nipa no wani monyam ubu ho na chese wo wodo a wo bo nipa enti enu abe man onim se musuo bi sa beba enti dan a oso ya wo hu se electric a shocking obey akum obey no sa de no a ebobo ba ukunu so na sunsun sanso eno no ena nam so ukunu so Awurade dono no so do Awurade enti Awurade so mpese obetu sa na mo no na ebia so obetu no fuso onyan a anka ebia wontie to edi Awurade nanka se sane ana ose mako a mesrew eya no monyam hyede na nso me Awurade memfo aso enti involve yourself ne bresem mehye woni monyam ebresem memu adiye ebresem mepajaw bonsem Awurade hallelujah papa ya pon Abraham nchen wate na wanka sanka sa kwa asore wan because me minima sorry awuko papa kwa sorry uba sorry wa ha asore for pastor uba sorry wa okay men's ministry brother set oni Mr. Edubafo mona mo kan aya final oma no ba no jaye papa me ba cho emema kuo ni so mu hia omu se omu de omu akonya bi wo ho eso chen de omu de nkosi so no omu se omu hu sai akonya woni je ho to omu be bo akonya ma ho amu antena so na che se men's ministry monya no chief mami mo be ni chief bon se Awurade papa me pa cho ya pon ami hia ho ya pon ami hia ho awo Awurade age o wate ohire onfa so ni agro Abrante FF na ti say mo mane ya say 2 That means Omo kwa kofrɛ nkrɔfo ba no wɔbɛpam bɔdam ni na firi dem ɔmbɛba na bɔdam ni na yira omo hu baabi ɔbɛfa ɛyɛ sunsun bi ɛwɔ wabusuam maame apon abram nkyɛn na my time is up me say apon abram nkyɛn papa oh udiska no to manim a famachi na kɔtena ase mo maame nyɛ omo gyina four corners omo to arrow ɛgya wano eba asasim na ni nyina direction ekɔ apum ba menim se nkensuo de nkedum gya eso ewura apunum no afɛ kura na dere kɛseɛ afɛ mu nsa apunu nyina dane wogya na awurade kasa kyerɛ me sɛ apo egyina no ma asase yi yɛhwɛ yie ne yɛmmɔ mpaeɛ na saa Ukraine foɔ yi ɛne Russia foɔ fikyiri monhwɛ yie na nane asɛm kɛseɛ yɛmfa nkɔ mpaebom mɛsrɛ Kristofoɔ wɔ Ghana ɛne Africa ne wiase nyinaa sɛ yɛnkɔ nkotodwa ne mmɔ mpaeɛ na adeɛ no yɛahwɛ a ɛde wɔko ɛbɛba ama aman bɛsɔre aman so enti yɛnyɛ very careful ɛna ebiem so security agencies a wɔn wɔ Ghana ha monya very careful because manhwɛ yɛ a sudden coup Kuba ɛbɛba mpɔfiri mu obiara dwene no so deɛ ɛbɛhu ane sasi ɛbɛyɛ den paa sɛ security foɔ no te sɛ soldiers anaasɛ police anaa nkurɔfoɔ bɛtumi asɔ ano adum ano gya ɛbɛyɛ pam yɛnim na ahosuo no asi enti yɛnka Ghana mpaebom na moka ne sɛ security den security agencies no wɔn ani na hɔ because biribi kɔ so Eradi atwa samfoni no we akyerɛ me more than 5 times. Still me da so hu. Enti Ghana, mama yen take asɛm we serious. Amen. Me hu no sunsumu. Ba me hu sɛ pie honam mu. Ɛno na 31st na mo kae a me illustration bi wa me ma obi tena akonya so. Ɛna obi be pia ne firi so no. Ne nyina na ɛyɛ kub nkɔmhyɛ. Enti mumia mompaye emfasa ne ma yihu amen afei yemfa nsɛmbɔ abɔ 12:53